Hello everyone, my name is Chef Ian Vair. We are here in upstate New York on the cusp of the Green Mountains of Vermont. Today it's a beautiful spring day, early May, just happens to be the beginning of Morel season. As a chef, myself, the Morel mushroom has been a species of fungi that I have sought after from the beginning of my career. Early on, it was from other foragers. Through my career, I discovered a love and a talent for mushroom hunting. What's interesting about these mushrooms, they, like many other fungi, are extremely specific about where they like to source their food and have their nutrient transfer, which is what happens with morels. Not only are they saprotrophic, which basically means that they live on decaying matter, they also have mycorrhizal relationships. That's a big word, mycorrhizal. Simply what it means is mushroom and roots. And there is a nutrient transfer with mushrooms. It's an amazing nutrient transfer that mushrooms bring to trees. They bring moisture. They bring nitrogen, phosphorus, in exchange for glucose, food. It's hard to believe. So today, I come home and this surprising, wonderful gift from my wife, a basket of golden morels, right in our backyard. And what's interesting is, in general, morel mushrooms love old apple trees. Dying old apple orchards is where I tend to source the mushrooms. And as a mushroom forager myself, generally that's how I find what I'm looking for. Let me go find the tree. Let's find the tree. And if we find the tree, their substrate, or food source of choice, we go find that, and the mushrooms follow. Well, the morels like apples. They like old dying elms and ash. Occasionally the oak or the white pine. Many of you might think, how can I venture into the woods? I live in the city. I live in an urban area. I'm too busy to get out into the woods. Well, you never know what you're going to find. Today we happen to find a treasure. Look at these beautiful mushrooms. Now, some of the parameters behind mushrooms, and there are many. Some of these parameters are absolutely key. Moisture being one. It's rained this past week, several days of rain. The temperature is exactly right. Now, year by year, I keep track of photos from the previous year and the previous year. I keep track of the exact dates of when they came out last year. We were actually poised to film next week. And what a surprise, because we're here, and these are some of the largest golden morels I've ever found in my life. Wow. So the moisture's right, the temperature's correct. What we do have to look for in morels are one specific parameter. Now there are false morels. There's one false morel that is deadly. That's serious. That's a tough pill to swallow, or a mushroom, if you will. So, what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to come in on this big tasty guy here. And remember, most of the fungus is under the ground. A mushroom is a piece of fruit, much like an apple or a tomato. Imagine a tree upside down underneath of us, and we can't see it. And the only evidence that we have that it's even here are these dandy little tasties that pop up. Okay. So here we are. Look at all these dandies. They're lovely. So exciting. For those of you who have hunted morel, you'll know exactly how I feel. There are years when we don't find any. And this year, it's so exciting because the season has just begun and we have another week or two to go out and find these. And it's all beginning in my backyard. So I'm going to come right up here. Remember, the organism, the fungus, is underneath. And Their rooting structure, they're called mycelium. Their mycelium are attached to the bottom of these mushrooms, and I don't want to disturb that. So I'm going to be very sure I don't want to pull it out of the ground. I do want to cut at the base nearly all the way nearly to the soil. Okay, completely undisturbed, nice clean cut. So, a moment ago, I was discussing the deadly False Morel. To be exact, it's the deadly conifer False Morel. There are several types of False Morels. Some people do decide to take a chance, eat the False Morel. Oh, my parents used to eat it. Oh, my grandparents used to eat it. Folks, something I've learned along the way in the past nearly 20 years of foraging mushrooms. There are old mushroom hunters and there are bold mushroom hunters, but there are no old, bold mushroom hunters. Remember that. Morchella esculenta, the golden morel. So the difference between a false morel, if you're wondering, because I've been talking about this for a minute here, it's very distinct. They look similar. However, the inside is very different. In a false morel, you will find chambers. In a true morel, it's hollow all the way through. So as I cut this gently, I don't want to cut myself, very gently, and there she is, completely hollow. Take a good look. A true morel, a golden morel. Whoop, careful. We don't want to eat these raw. Nearly all mushrooms do have toxins, even the ones you buy in the store. It is always recommended, suggested, urged to cook your mushrooms. So, as lovely as these are, we will be collecting them, taking them into the kitchen, and cooking them in several different manners. So, we've cut these close to the ground. We have not disturbed the mycelium. We've checked just to make sure that it is, in fact, a true morel, hollow all the way through. Now, should I collect all these? Well, for this mushroom hunter, my tact is to take half. And there's a reason. I want to come back next year. I want to get more mushrooms. I don't want to rape the forest. I don't want to be greedy. And what's wonderful about mushrooms is they're seasonal. They'll be around next year. And as these pass, we'll start getting into chicken mushrooms, and we'll start getting into chanterelle mushrooms, and oyster mushrooms, and black trumpets, and hen of the woods, and more, and more, and more. We have about, in this area, 5 to 6 month season. It's wonderful. All winter long, I use the mushrooms that I've preserved, that I've dried, and I sell them at farmers markets, usually in soups or casseroles. I cook them up at home. I make tinctures and extractions with them that are medicinal, healing for the body. It's amazing. There are so many things about fungi, mushrooms, that many people don't understand. I'm here to reveal as much of the knowledge that was so freely given to me to as many people as possible. This is a gift. This was a gift, a free gift to me. And this is my gift to you. The reason I'm here today is to pass on what was given to me. This has been life-changing for me. My goal in life, my calling, is to educate, to teach others what I learned through the years. I still learn. Every single year, I learn more species. It's amazing. So in North America alone, there's over 10,000 species of mushrooms that have been identified. It's postulated by mycologists there could be upwards of 1.5 million fungal organisms on Earth. We're just barely tapping into the unbelievable nature of the fungal kingdom. The kingdom! The kingdom. So much that we don't know and understand. So today, folks, we're discussing the Morchella esculenta, the golden morel, one of the most sought after edible wild mushrooms in the world.